I'm Jared, and we're talking about time, and it seems like the future is already here. When I was a kid, I looked forward to the year 2000, and according to all the shows, that means you wear like this tight-fitting silver spacesuit. Nobody does that, at least most people don't do that. I watched a show about the future, and it was the Jetsons. You might remember the Jetsons, maybe you've heard of the Jetsons. Well, my impression was that there's a couple things you learn from the Jetsons. Number one, if George can land Jane, there's hope for any man to marry a beautiful woman. And two, life's supposed to get easier. Like George would fly in his flying car, and then he'd get out and it would turn into a briefcase. You could just press a button and you get your food. But I don't know about your life, but my life actually is getting more and more complex. I thought as we got to the future, it was gonna get so easy and automated that I work less and I leisure more. That's not the case at all. In fact, that's not the case for just about anybody. It's more complex to be a teacher. It's more complex to be a farmer. It's more complex to be a student. My kids, they come home with stuff that I've never even seen before, and it's this higher critical thinking, and they're in middle school. So what does this all mean? It means that as our life gets more complex, we're tired. Have you ever been there? Like you go home and you just kind of fall into bed and you just can't wait to just kind of be entertained? A guy back in the 80s wrote a book called Amusing Ourselves to Death. This is right when the Jetsons was on. And his concern was that TV had now become the main medium for public opinion back in the 50s. And of course, today that would be the internet. The average person, they say, watches TV for 5 hours a day. They say they watch the internet for a couple hours a day. So what does this mean? Yesterday we talked about what we put into our brain. Today we're talking about you don't have unlimited amount of time, and God even says that. Through Moses, he says, teach us to number our days so that we may gain a heart of wisdom. You tell me, are you gaining wisdom by staring at a screen and cat videos and what the people have wasted their time on who make all kinds of money? Or are you going to gain a heart of wisdom by talking to the creator of the world? Not just the creator of the world, the creator of you. And who better understands how you function, what is best for you, than our God?